Today in this video, I will discuss what is climate crisis, climate change crisis, how it is impacting our lives in the earth, and I will discuss what are IPCC, UNFCC and COP and how they work for better improvement, for the improvement of the human lives, and at the same time fight against the climate change. So the climate change crisis has reached at our doorstep. The climate change crisis in this age has taken a huge dimension that it is now threatening its very existence of human civilization. The IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, has released 3 parts of its 6th assessment report. The IPCC is a UN body. It studies the adverse impacts of climate change. So in the IPCC reports, the first part was released in 2021, in August 2021. Second part was released in April 2022 and third part was released in the early 2023. The first part of this report said that the global average temperature is breaching the exact limit, and it will reach, the global average temperature will reach 1.5 degrees Celsius. It will rise. It reach means it will rise the global average temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius in 2040 and 2 degrees Celsius in 2050, breaching the gap, the necessary gap in comparison to the pre-industrial age, that is 1850. In its other findings, the report has said the last decade has been the hottest decade since 1,25,000 years. You understand that what is happening in this world? So the rise in the temperature, the other findings are rise in sea surface or the rise in water level, or irregular rain or precipitation, irregular droughts is being experienced all over the world. It is also said the climate change is also evident in what is happening, what are the happenings all over the world. Like in Europe, the cold regions are experiencing hot weather. The melting ice sheets in the polar region, the irregular precipitation, the hot weather conditions and the droughts are the evidence that the climate is changing and the human civilization is facing the crisis. So it's called climate change crisis. So United Nations is taking the global effort to tame the climate change crisis. So the UNFCC, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, was formed in a general meeting in United Nations in 1992. The work of the UNFCC is to provide the framework for the efforts. What are the efforts will be taken to tame the climate crisis? So this framework is given by UNFCC. Besides giving the framework to fight against the climate change crisis, it also provides for convention or a meeting among the UN General Assembly members. All UN members are there to attend the convention and meet together. For what reason? They meet for finding a solution, finding a way to get solution for the climate change crisis. These negotiations, they are negotiating themselves among themselves. So these negotiations are called Conference of Parties. It is organized every year. So Conference of Parties, the member of the United Nations come together and try to find out the solution, the way to deal with the climate change crisis. So in that COP, the member nations of UN has pledged to take the initiatives to follow the path so that the global average temperature does not cross 1.5 degrees centigrade or 2 degrees centigrade. Later in 2015, in Paris Agreement, it was amended and it was made 1.5 degrees Celsius in terms of pre-industrial era, that is 1850. So breaching which the earth, the human civilization will experience irreversible impact, adverse condition in their lives. So the conference of parties are held. This time in last 2022, the conference of parties was held in Egypt. I will come later in the latter video what happened onto the COP, how India contributed to that COP, and how India is taking initiatives to tame the climate change crisis, and what are the steps the India is taking, how the initiatives are being taken in the United Nations. I will come all this information in my next video. So besides taking all the ways that is they are taking for taming the fighting against the climate change crisis, they have also in 2015, in last 2019 conference of parties, they have also decided to do something nationally. Okay, like India has promised to take some steps. So these steps taken by the member states of the COP of the United Nations are called nationally determined contributions, that is NDCS. So India is working upon that and taking lots of initiatives. I will come with the more information about the climate change, how it is happening, what are the things I will come to discuss more in my next video. Thank you.